When someone gets a diagnosis that they have cancer, it is life-changing and it can literally turn their world upside down.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great if you could connect with someone who knows exactly what you are going through? And this is Chick to Chick.
Carrie, I think that we all know someone who has battled cancer. My mother had cancer. My aunt died of cancer. My best friend from childhood battled breast cancer. And I think that what happens when somebody gets that diagnosis, that they have cancer, they just sort of freeze and everything in their life they're like, what? They're in disbelief. And I think their brain automatically goes, oh my God, I'm going to die. And right. It is frightening. It is life-changing. A whole gamut of emotions can go through their body. And everybody has a different experience with cancer.
And that's the real thing. I think while you are probably handed a bunch of information on what can happen, what treatment plans, all of the things, I don't know that people understand there's a way to kind of dial down in to have a more personal experience with someone who is going through what you are going through. Because let's face it, while all these different cancers are out there and some people are in similar treatment plans, there are probably few groups of people who are really identifying with what exactly they are going through. And today we have someone who's actually going to share with us an incredible website. We have Mona Patel with us today, and she has created a website. It's called Sail the Sea. Welcome, Mona. Thanks so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me today, Carrie and Flora. I'm just going to take a moment to introduce myself. I am a physician assistant. I have been practicing hematology and medical oncology over the last 18 years and have had the privilege of taking care of thousands of patients over the years. I'm working as a PA. I'm here with Andrews and Patel Associates with Penn State Health. So just to say that basically, cancer is just not one disease. It is hundreds of diseases with hundreds of different biologies translating into hundreds of different treatment options.
So you have this vast background dealing with cancer patients, and you started this website, Sail the Sea, as in the letter C, for cancer. Why did you decide to start this website, and how is this helping patients?
So basically, obviously, over the 2 decades that I've been practicing, we've made dramatic advances in the treatments of all cancers across the board. The greatest need that I have seen in taking care of patients over this time frame and sitting in rooms with patients and families is that patients want to connect directly with others with the same disease process and want to discuss all aspects of their disease process, which translates into different treatments and side effects, and even their general experiences and sentiments across the board, on their individual journey. A lot of times, patients do have a strong support system in their spouses, their family members, but also carry a heavy individual burden. And adding any additional emotional stress on them. And they often want a safe zone also to just discuss their own personal experiences with others going through exactly what they're going through, but harder for family members or friends or their support network to really understand from a peripheral standpoint. So basically, I felt this need and this website, www.sailthesea, C as in cancer.com, came to fruition really with the hearts and minds of these patients diagnosed with all different cancers across the board.
So Mona, just to stop you there, when we're talking about, you've talked with a patient and that patient is feeling all these things that are overwhelming to them, and you introduce them to this website. What do they do? Patient or the caregiver, family members, what do they do once they get to the site so they can start connecting and, I guess, talking with the people who are in a similar space?
So basically, it's a social media forum similar to like you would think of Facebook, or even a dating website. So it's basically you create a profile, a general profile with your cancer. So it is delineated for every type of cancer, basically. So if it's breast cancer, lung cancer, multiple myeloma, basically any type of cancer, there is a place to put in the type of cancer. It will then take you to a cancer profile page, which then you can put in specific characteristics of your cancer. This is why this particular resource is different, in that it will then give you potential connections to other patients in the database that look just like you, based on the general demographics and taking into the cancer profile demographics. And the goal is then to give you potential connections with other people that just look like you. And you can share then with individual people with that you choose to follow on the potential connections, one-on-one through a message center, or even if you follow them then on a feed, just like you would share anything inspirational, resources, anything that you would want to share together.
I like the name of it, Sail the Sea.
Pretty catchy, Mona.
I like that because sail the sea as in cancer, but also the meaning behind it, because these are tough waters to navigate when you're talking about cancer. And I think when the doctor says you have cancer, the doctor's talking and maybe you're not really hearing everything that the doctor is saying at that moment because you're in shock, you're in disbelief, and now you can share your experience with other people who are in your same situation, and perhaps maybe say, hey, this worked for me, or maybe ask your doctor about this, or what's your experience with chemo or radiation, or somebody else didn't have to go through it. Do you find that is going on when these folks are chatting with each other, saying, this is what I experienced, maybe ask your doctor about that? Is that the type of conversation that goes on?
Yeah, so it's basically people want to connect right over, and oftentimes what happens in certain social support groups is that people are connecting with such a different background of what their actual diagnosis is. So the goal was really, if you have a similar diagnosis and your treatment recommendations are similar, you're going to be able to get a little bit more and also feedback and information from a patient perspective versus a physician or a treatment provider giving you that information. It is nice to kind of understand it from that emotional, personal experience connection. So basically this was designed really to make that journey, this unfortunate cancer journey, more peaceful for patients, undergoing also active treatment. But this website can also be for cancer survivors that want to give back, and share their experiences with anyone traveling behind them, or even caregivers that want to connect and gain knowledge to give back, to share with their loved ones, of course, especially if they're not, technologically savvy to participate in a social media forum such as this.
I think it's so important that you're kind of giving a gift to people who, they leave the doctor's office. Doctors only have so much time. And as wonderful as they are and personal, that they give the personal, space they provide for their patient, I think, people just want to be able to always have some way of knowing more, understanding more. If something pops up and they're not feeling great, or this, they're anxious about a treatment. I love this idea, Mona, because I think that kind of gives people power back. I feel like they feel a little powerless, or a lot powerless when they have cancer. And this is really putting a little power at their fingertips. And if I were not the person who had cancer and I was the provider, I would also feel a little bit more like that I could have a better understanding and a better idea through this forum. Are you finding that people are they responding back to you or commenting back to you about how they feel about this process?
As far as the process of this website, are you saying?
Learning. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like having this
I feel
space.
like certainly patients are very encouraged to have this resource. Now, this is a very new resource. I only launched this website in mid-May. So the challenge is certainly building up a database with patients to connect. Some of these cancers are very rare. So, to build that database, it requires patients to share and connect and, make this resource known that it is free, and there's also resource links on there that are objective from the National Cancer Institute, American Cancer Society, even some holistic things from Memorial Sloan Kettering. There's several different resource links attached to that. Once you create a profile, you will see that on your login. But patients are definitely very encouraged, and several people have created profiles and feel that it is a great way to connect. And yes, have, as you said, Carrie, have the ability to have that power. Lots of patients have different, all physicians have a different style. So it is a nice way if some patients feel like they have more knowledge about something to share. Certain offices have more financial resources and can, if a patient, this can often be challenging from the financial standpoint as well, as far as undergoing cancer treatments. So if certain offices provide that financial resource, they can share that on the website and with other patients going through it, which they can in turn use for themselves. So it can be beneficial in many ways, I suppose.
Well, Mona, we are pleased to help you spread the message and get the word out that this website is there. You said the most important word, it's free, and people need to know that. And as we wrap this up one more time, what is the website? What's the website address?
It is www.sailthesea.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mona.
Thank you. She was wonderful. And I think this is, it's a great resource to have. It's just like any other type of situation when you're facing some sort of adversity in your life, knowing that there are other people out there who are going through the same thing really provides you with a lot of comfort. And what a great resource. As she said, she just launched this in May. And we're happy to spread the word and let other people know about this website, Sail the Sea, Cancer, Tough Waters to Navigate.
Yeah, it's good stuff. We appreciate you being with us today. Hey, head over to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. We'll be back when we're turfing about another topic.